There is nothing wrong with you. Society made you believe that because of your lack of connections, you do not have a place in this world. That the things you are good at naturally are not worth anything, or they are not even good enough, just because you have not found the right people to support you and promote you, basically, that you are indeed good at what you are good at. Because in this world, the job industry, right, and we will get to why there is this rise of unemployment. I think it has a direct link to our upcoming silent revolution in what we understand as having a job and being employed. Basically, if you share what you're good at, either at maybe a job interview or online, you won't be recognized by people overall, like even by a manager. They won't look at you and they will probably ignore you even if you're good at something. And that is because, well, first of all, if we talk only about social media in this regard, people are sheep, or they have a tendency to follow a leader, and a leader is on social media an influencer or somebody that has established a sort of position for people to trust them. And if one of those famous people recognize you as somebody that is worth something, then you will be recognized by other people that you are indeed something, that your content or your creativity is actually amazing. But if you do not have that person to promote you, I don't know what is wrong with my hair, then you will remain nothing, because people will only recognize when somebody says that this person, right, for example you or me, are actually worth something. Because before that point of somebody recognizing that and promoting you, to most people you won't be anything, just because people have the tendency to only believe that which a leader reinforces as being the truth. And that can actually be about anything. It doesn't have to be only one industry, it can be absolutely anything. And that's just with jobs, like real life normal jobs, whatever job you can find, it doesn't matter. Why is it so hard to find a job that actually hires you, or pays attention to your CVs? Because there is actually a trend right now where people are actually showing how many CVs they sent, but they got rejected in all places, right? And this is real. That is happening internationally, I believe, because it's not only from one place, it's actually international, this whole thing. But I think it is a good thing, and I will say why. Because at the moment, of course, it doesn't look good at all. But in history, we have seen that before a major breakthrough, there was always a low point, a point of total catastrophe, which is happening right now with the employment, with the whole employment, right? Now, why is it that so many people are not being taken seriously for maybe their diploma or the experience they have? One of these reasons is that you do not have the right connections, because you can be an actual idiot, like maybe you don't have the experience, you don't have the diploma, but if you have the right connections, maybe not in industries like being, I don't know, a fucking surgeon or a doctor, or something that you actually need to perform something that is delicate, but in overall jobs that you can actually have a nice decent life, the stress is not overwhelming, then if you have the right connections, you get in. Like, you don't even need to do amazing curriculum to show your expertise, because all you need is actually just the right people to tell the manager or the boss, yes, see, this person is actually amazing at what they do, and they are that and they're this, and they make this whole persona that maybe is not even new, but they promote you. And good word is basically everything in this world. And this was actually confirmed by me by so many people, like my friends, even like people that work in the industry of helping young people, and just to help you integrate in society with finding a job and everything. They told me, well, if you want like a good job, right, and where you don't get abused, you need to actually make connections, because that's the thing that will elevate you into having a decent living, because working is part of our life. Without a job you cannot even fucking live, basically, because you survive but you do not live. So it's very important, even though we try to push it as irrelevant. It's actually very important that we have a job that makes us feel okay, that we can get up in the morning and we do not feel like we want to, you know what I mean? So going back to what I was saying about the silent revolution, is that I believe with this truly low standpoint we are right now living, of so many people unemployed and rejected, so many people are getting rejected, me included. It's tragic, when you look at it, but actually this mass rejection will inevitably lead to a new form of what we understand as employment. Because when something like this happens, where a lot of people get rejected and people cannot find anymore a stable ground of providing for themselves a living, basically, at first we will see this first stage where people get kind of stuck, because we do not find the right job where we can actually make a living and not feel like we want to not be here, let's say. This will lead to a transformation, because with this change also comes another stage in which we redefine what we understand as having a job, working, and being employed. What that exactly means, I am not sure. I can't really see like how can that become a new form of employment, like what it can look like. But I believe it can be actually a very good thing, because for a very long time people have worked jobs that they hate. So if this is happening right now, it could also mean that we are actually evolving and moving towards a better understanding of work-life balance, or just working in general. It can actually become a new form of providing for oneself, in which we find other ways in which we can live or support our life, let's say. One of these things are social media. A lot of people are actually finding their career path online. This has a lot of controversy, especially from older generations that have been thought that life must be provided, like that our life must only be supported by working something that we hate and making sacrifices that leave us feeling drained. But new generations do not accept this way of living, and that is actually a very good thing in my opinion, and that is what it will catapult us to a new way of what we understand as employment and living and supporting our life, basically. As tragic as it may seem at the moment with this rise of unemployment, we should also see the positive part, and that is that when something falls and kind of breaks down like it is right now, it will inevitably change the course towards up, towards a breakthrough. I don't know when it will actually, shift from this energy into something actually great, but it will happen because it is inevitable that when something like that happens, something will actually transform in a major way. This transformation can only look as being more in authentic and real to who we are, because we are actually in a time where people value authenticity and being more connected to our heart center instead of just following rules and what is expected of us. In a way, each person is leading a personal revolution within, because each person is trying their best to find a way in their lives to actually feel okay, and not like they cannot wait until, I don't know, Friday comes, and that can be actually a very good thing.